What's good, everyone? This your main correspondent, Alan Taylor, and I'm back in the broadcast room yet again, always with another one. And yes, indeed, it is another one. So here's the deal. Apparently, of course, they're going back and pulling up old things. This election right here is I'm talking about this election right here is dropping a lot of skeletons out the closet out here. It is. So we got Nathan Wade out here. Y'all know Nathan Wade. Y'all remember Nathan Wade, you know what I'm saying, down there in Atlanta with Fannie Willis, you know what I'm saying, with Fonnie Willis, or however you want to put it. You know, hey, listen. You know, they had that secret lovers. Yeah, that's what we are. So they had their secret love affair going on, whatever. But at the end of the day, though, they were actually doing something that they shouldn't have been doing in the first place. She brought him in, things like that, and was trying to pay him under the table on the case of trying to prosecute Trump about a few things and stuff like that. And yeah, shit hit the fan. But anyway, though, we're gonna go here now. Apparently, Nathan Wade went and had a meeting at the White House. He's trying to not remember it, but listen, look, here we go. Let's check this out.
Well, former Georgia Special Prosecutor Nathan Wade is now admitting to several meetings with White House officials during his time on the state's Trump case. Now, that's coming from a newly released transcript of Wade's deposition on Capitol Hill last week. Wade resigned from the Trump probe back in March after his romantic relationship with Fulton County DA Fonnie Willis came to light. Mike Emanuel is live in Washington with the latest details. Mike.
Emily, good afternoon. In his meeting with lawmakers and congressional staff, Nathan Wade's memory was a little fuzzy. Wade was asked, quote, did the interview with D.C. White House, to your recollection, involve anyone from the Department of Justice? Answer, I don't recall. On another matter, Wade was a little more clear when he was asked, quote, and did anyone in the White House direct you or, to your knowledge, anyone else at the Fulton County District Attorney's Office to file charges against Donald Trump? Answer, no, ma'am. Wade was on Capitol Hill 1 week ago for that questioning. In May 2022, Wade billed for a meeting with the White House counsel's office at his hourly rate of $2.
Do y'all see how he walking right now? Do y'all see how he looking? He enjoying this publicity. Look at him. He like a he like a 12-year-old kid with a brand new candy bar. Hey, listen, look.
The French toast is there to think about.
You can't make this shit up. You can't make this shit up. This is look at the smirk on his face. This is crazy right here. All right. Hopefully, hey, listen, look, Wade, Nathan Wade, hopefully you and Fonnie out there got your stepdaughter in line out there. You know what I'm saying? She out there in Atlanta, you know, catching charges and shit. Ooh, man, this election right here is crazy. This is crazy.
$250. But when asked about it, Wade could not detail the purpose of the meeting. Wade used some version of I don't recall more than 30 times when questioned by lawmakers and staff during closed-door testimony. The House Judiciary Chairman says Wade's 2022 visit to Washington sounds very political.
And you got the whole thing with Nathan Wade, taxpayer money going to Nathan Wade. He was traveling to Washington, meeting with the DOJ, the White House, the January 6th committee, all in this effort to go after President Trump.
Wade left the Trump case due to his romantic relationship with Fulton County DA Fonnie Willis. Willis warned Wade against revealing case details to lawmakers, noting the risk of harming ongoing legal proceedings. The newly
so she warned Nathan about revealing case details to those people. Now, listen, look, we also remember now, let's keep our memories on check here. Fonnie also did go and meet with the White House officials as well at the White House before Nathan did. So, you know what I'm saying? Listen, look, what are we doing here? What are we doing here? Let's check the points. All these people went and met at the White House, and here we are now. But be honest with you, due to the fact that they was having a secret love affair, yeah, it botched the whole damn case. So I mean, which it was probably botched already. Let's keep going.
Released transcript says Wade met with Biden administration staff on at least 2 occasions during the Fani Willis probe into former President Trump. Emily?
Mike, thank you.
You bet.
Harris, what are voters to make of this?
It's interesting because they're both so very different, right? I mean, you've got Fani Willis and you've got her lover, and the only 2 things that they have in common was take down Trump, and they tried to do that. I'm not so sure that the Justice Department shouldn't have jumped in here early and taken a real good look at this, because I want to know, is this happening in other places around the country? And with him now bringing forth information so late in the game, why didn't we know this before? And why is everything always right before an election? I mean, it's important to know what is going on, but was this legal warfare? Is that really close to, really truthful? It looks like it was, in fact. It looks like we could have used these receipts a while ago. So why is the DOJ involved? This is a presidential candidate that this had to do with. Which, by the way, I mean, we wouldn't get that attention from the DOJ, but shouldn't somebody who's running for the country?
So, Kayleigh, to Harris's point, we need answers, but frankly, none were revealed. That's the whole point. There weren't receipts. He says, I don't know why I was having these meetings at the White House. I billed for it, but I can't articulate why I was there. So the question is it incompetence? Is it fraud? And is it an absolute travesty of the justice system? To Harris's point, this is a presidential candidate.
Yes.
And no matter what, this is unacceptable.
Yeah, look, I mean, there are so many questions. Nathan Wade, I'm not obviously in his head, thankfully, but Nathan Wade, I mean, you have this May 2022 meeting with the White House counsel's office, and you bill $250 per hour, and you don't know what the meeting's about. You don't have a record of the meeting. I mean, you know this, Emily, in law.
Oh, he know what that meeting was about.
So what the French toast is there to think about?
He know what that meeting was about. Hey, Nathan out here, seriously. Listen, look, the jig is up, the games is over. How about you spill the beans, save yourself? Hey, but he can't save himself because shit. I'm finna get real with y'all out here for a second. What Nathan Willis called what Nathan called Fani Gorilla Grip. Y'all remember that now. It pays to have a long memory out here. Y'all need to have a long memory. What he said about Fani, said she had that gorilla grip, Oh, gorilla grip with Fani. Oh, gorilla grip. She got that gorilla grip. That's why he hooked. You know what I'm saying? Listen, look, man.
When you have billable hours, you write with some level of specificity what you did during the hour. It's not just trip to DC, pay me X number of dollars. It's trip to DC to discuss X, Y, or Z. So he didn't keep any detailed notes, it seems. Then you go to November 2022, where he does not remember why he met with the White House. This is a local Georgia prosecutor. Mm-hmm. When you meet with the White House, let me tell you, I mean, I did it at the federal level when I was outside of the White House just working on the campaign. You remember why you meet with the White House. It's a huge deal. And for a local Georgia prosecutor, this is a massive deal. But his memory evades him. And I just remember his interview with Caitlin Collins, where a consultant had to step in and stop him from answering something. And they had to go confer to the side. And then he comes back. Not in his head, but I don't know why he doesn't have a memory of this.
Your point about the billing, Kennedy, there are that specificity is required for ethics reasons. So you do not just say meeting. You actually do have to, within 30 days, specify exactly to the 0.6 of a minute or the 0.6 of a quarter hour, what exactly were you doing? So that was a long time ago. Those notes were certainly reflected in those business accountings. We also know that now he had to take a racketeering class before joining the prosecution team. The caliber dealing with a presidential candidate to
Yes, he probably did have to take a racketeering class before he joined the meeting, because let's just keep this honest with it. Nathan Wade was not a attorney that was supposed to be on that type of case with prosecuting Trump. That was not his specialty as an attorney. So, Fannie added him in, gave him all this money, things like that, added him to the board. No, he was not specialized in prosecuting that type of case. He was not.
To me, seems shocking that you would pull in an attorney that needs a course on what to do.
Well,
Right.
And
Yes.
there were a couple issues here that struck me, and that was one, the fact that he had such a hard time with his memory, but he could remember down to the semicolon what he was talking about and those billable hours notes, but couldn't remember if he went to the White House. Like, I remember when I went to the White House, it was the summer before my senior year. I was a Girls Nation and I was in the choir. And George H.W. Bush landed on Marine One and got out, and we all sang the Star Spangled Banner. It was one of the best memories of my entire childhood. So I remember that. He would remember that. And I worry that he has to go see Joe Biden's Alzheimer's specialist if he's having such a difficult time remembering these massive events in his career. And also, why did it take 4 years? Brian Koberg.
Yo, shots was fired at Joe Biden.
Shots fired! Shots fired!
Joe Biden's Alzheimer's specialist. Wow. Oh my goodness, that shots is fired.
And P. Diddy, who have much more complex cases, will see the inside of a courtroom much sooner than this president.
That's right. And to that point, who believes that he can't remember? So I'm sorry, this is seemingly sniffing of a lot worse things now.
Yeah, I think that I don't recall is his way of not saying what he absolutely knows and does remember. I mean, Kayleigh's point is exactly what struck me. Right? This guy, I don't think, with all due respect to Nathan Wade, I don't think he had many appointments at the White House over the course of his career. Now he shows up in the middle of this political snafu, and just his memory has gone blank about why he was there and what the point of that discussion was. I don't think anyone believes that. And to the RICO point, so the whole theory of this case around going after and prosecuting Donald Trump in the state of Georgia requires RICO, a whole complex RICO prosecution. This man had literally zero experience in that realm whatsoever. So they sent him to like remedial RICO school to run a case against the former president of the United States.
No sense.
And
Right. Like I said before, Nathan Wade was not an attorney that was supposed to be on the case to prosecute Donald Trump. He was not supposed to be on that case in the first place. It was no way possible. He was not an experienced attorney within that type of field of prosecution and things like that. His whole record is not involved in that. Like you say, like they just said, he had to get training before Fannie could actually add him on to the prosecution's board and things like that to help to help prosecute. No, this is crazy. This is crazy. And you know what I'm saying? Y'all want to talk about election interference and things like that. Regardless of what, we do not need election interference. We're supposed to be able to vote for whoever we want to vote for. That's the freedom that we have over here in America. Now, do y'all want that freedom to disappear? Do we want the freedom of our own minds to, choose the candidates or people that we want to choose for our government, positions, whether it be federal or state? Do we want to lose that thought process? Do we want to lose that right? Because it seems to me that the way that they're manipulating the games and things like that, or manipulating the game, they're trying to push this to where, people cannot have the right to choose who they think that's the best candidate for what they think that they need for their families or their life or anything like that. So, yes.
they did this because he was sleeping with the DA, right? What a mess. And their explanations or lack thereof, I think they speak for themselves.
So why
It's
was
clear.
he at the White House? I mean, I understand the DOJ, but why go to the White House? If this is a Georgia case, and if there are federal aspects, fine. go to the DOJ, but
Yep.
the White House, I mean, that seems like overtly political if he's meeting with White House officials.
I mean, frankly, it smacks of a backroom deal. To your point, what went on? I mean, it is so patently absurd for a local prosecutor to be meeting with a federal level.
Right.
The DOJ, I could maybe see, hey, we want to work with you. We want to make, even that is a stretch. I'm just thinking outside the box. The White House,
Yeah.
I have no idea.
Yeah.
Well, and James Carville said it. We've tried everything. I won't do the cussing. But very early on, months ago, he was saying how we've tried everything and nothing is sticking. So was there a coordinated effort? I think this is a treasure trove of evidence of the potentiality for that. We certainly know they hate him, as I said before. Two lanes can be true, the White House and this prosecutor.
I'll tell you one thing. I'm not too frequently embarrassed by my colleagues, but that level of that type of behavior from these attorneys, it's really a shame. It's really a shame. I think we'll see some ethics accountability moving forward as well.
Hope so.
Hey, everyone.
Yo, hey, listen, look. Yeah, what she say? Some ethics accountability. And in that particular case that they was trying to present, ethics did come into place. That's the reason why that case is, kind of being pushed to the background. Now, we haven't heard a lot about the case in Atlanta against Donald Trump. We haven't heard a lot about that anymore. It's been pushed to the back. Listen, look, they botched the whole case. Fani Willis, the lead DA in Atlanta, she, hired her little boy toy, gave him ample amount of money, things like that. They went on trips, all this type of stuff. We seen what has happened here. Over these 6-7 months, over this past year, we've seen this. Yes. And now it's coming out about Nathan Wade going to the White House and things like that. It's like, what is he doing there? He's not even, basically, he shouldn't have even been on the case for this particular situation. Because as a lawyer, he had to get training in order to be on the RICO case. Which, I mean, it's like, that wasn't even his field as a lawyer, is to deal with RICO cases. Come on, man. Shit. We just this shit, y'all gotta stop it out here. Seriously. This is crazy. This is crazy. Hey, shout out to Fani and Nathan. You know what I'm saying? Hopefully Fani got her daughter out that trouble that she was in out there. Hey, listen, look, we all remember that. If you don't remember it, getting pulled over and stuff like that, not having the proper identification and other little things that her daughter didn't have, and also being pregnant at the moment. Like, it's crazy. Yeah, man, it's sad. It's sad out here. This election is wild. It's crazy. But it is what it is, though, man. Hey, shout out to all my subscribers. Mad love to y'all. If you're new to the channel, please hit that like, share, subscribe button. Make sure you ring that bell to be notified whenever I decide to post things. And like I always say,
and that, my friends, is the bottom line.
That, my friends, is the bottom line.